If you want to know the reason for why Marinette chose Alia and not Cat Noir to be the new Miraculous Guardian, then this video is for you. Maybe there's a deeper meaning for why she made this choice other than just friendship. That's what we're looking for today. Hey beautiful people, I'm Julie, and tell me something. Do you know what is the role of a guardian and what does that mean? I'm not referring to how the people with this charge must behave, but the real meaning for that humble kind and the super powerful beings that shape the universe. Because besides being responsible for supervising the box that keeps the magical charms, the guardian also needs to guarantee that it doesn't fall into the wrong hands, both when keeping the artifact and when choosing a new owner. I know that it would be safer if the guardian used the miraculous how he intended, so he could guarantee that no one would steal the charms. The problem is that the amount of magical energy that this human receives could be fatal. We saw that in Kwami Buster when Marinette kinda messed up when she put every miraculous on herself, but luckily she managed to sort everything out. Imagine if she had let herself be corrupted just like Monarch, or even worse, if she had died. That's why it's not worth the risk, because if something goes wrong, all the effort would be in vain. And of course that the guardian cannot hand over the miraculous to anyone, right? It must go to people that are observing and brave, that know how to see through people, to see if the person will be a good owner and worthy of receiving a charm, and know if it is a bad person with bad intentions. And guys, in my opinion, a guardian should never choose an owner out of pity. In other words, let someone use a miraculous just because the person is crying and begging to get one. We saw that happening when Ladybug took away the Bee Miraculous from Chloe, where she waited for the time when Ladybug would let her be Queen Bee once again. And when she was denied that, she turned against Ladybug. And if you remember correctly, Cat Noir also asked Ladybug to give the Bee Miraculous to Chloe, both because he was sorry for her and because he was her friend, and he only pressured Ladybug for no good reason. Now, if it was Alya, I'm sure of it, maybe she wouldn't even ask her to the charm like it was with Ladybug in the first place. And even if that ever happened, Alya would have already taken the miraculous from Chloe at the moment she turned into Queen Bee. There would be no turning back with Alya. Another crucial thing for a guardian is knowing how to deal with kwamis, beings that behave like children. For that, the guardian will need to be respectful but also firm, something that I don't know if Adrien would be able to handle, since sometimes he gets too emotive, like when he threatened to take off his ring if Black didn't tell why Ladybug was hiding stuff from him, or in the New York special where he blamed himself for accidentally hitting Aeon with Cataclysm. And besides all that, a guardian must have a straight talk with the kwamis so they can obey this human and keep their actions in some boundaries. And before Ladybug hand over the miraculous, definitely for each owner, she kept them in her room, allowing Alia to interact with these beings and get along with them. Unlike Adrien, that besides almost never interacting with other kwamis, he kinda doesn't have a high morale with Black, am I right? But so far in this video, do you agree with me? Tell me in the comments, I would love to read your opinion. But let's keep going because this video isn't over yet. The friendship that Marinette and Alia have isn't something new, and has been constructed since she and Adrien received their miraculous. And since that time, Alia showed to be pretty loyal to her, mainly when Chloe's mischiefs were involved. And Marinette realized that even if Alia was a super Ladybug fan, to the point of having a blog entirely dedicated to her, she still respected the idea of a superheroes keeping their secret identities, even if deep inside she really wanted to know who was saving the people of Paris from the Akumas. And her positioning of wanting to support her more than unmask her wasn't something forgotten by Ladybug, since it's exactly that she's looking for, support. A shame that she can't say the same thing about Cat Noir, that since season 1 insisted to Ladybug reveal her secret identity to him, something that was seen by her as something immature. And it really was. Instead of focusing in the mission and to free Paris from evil, he was worried about finding out who was the love of his life. And before you guys tell me that the cat owner is destined to fall in love with Ladybug owner, remember that this was said in the movie and not in the animated series. But this isn't completely false, since kwamis kinda influenced the hero's personality, and knowing that Plague apparently has a crush on Tiki, it's expected that the cat owner would end up falling in love with Ladybug, being that another reason for why Ladybug chooses an owner that wouldn't have any romantic relationship with her, in order to not let it be taken by emotions. Look, just so you can picture it better, if it happens that someone akumatizes Ladybug, Cat Noir would be the first one to lose his mind. And what would make him act out of instinct, going towards the villain with his cataclysm? And in the worst outcome, he could try to take all the miraculous in the box to try to get stronger. But because he is mentally weak, he would end up being taken by the supreme power of the kwamis, or end up dying because he wouldn't handle their magic, even if he isn't truly a human but a sentient monster. Do you think that this would help him to hold more power than a regular human? Tell me in the comments, I would love to discuss with you guys. Well, of course that I won't massacre Cat Noir saying that he would be an absolute dog shit at being the guardian just because he has a crush on Ladybug, since Alia herself has an issue that I hate about her need to tell Nino all of her secrets, since that can raise some worries about her description. But I need to say that so far Alia didn't reveal to Nino that Marinette is Ladybug, proving my point that she is in fact loyal to Ladybug. Also, let's not forget the fact that she nails at being Rena Rouge, what can increase Ladybug's trust in her, since she can handle herself pretty neatly. How many times have Alia helped Ladybug with her illusions, right? And even after Hawkmoth found out about Alia being Rena Rouge, Ladybug still wanted to her friend keep the role as Rena Rouge, but in a sneakier way, making Alia adapt her visual to something less flashy, starting Rena Furtive. She also showed to adapt to use Ladybugs when she became Scarabella, something that must have taken in consideration when Marinette chose her as the next Miraculous Guardian. The thing is that with Cat Noir, sometimes he seems to be a hero just for fun, and doesn't take it that seriously, always making funny comments when facing Akuma, besides always messing with Ladybug and throwing liners at her. But this I can ignore because she kinda likes it. Still, most of the negative points on why Ladybug doesn't trust the Miraculous box to Cat Noir is because of his temper, because he puts almost his entire faith in Ladybug. He expects something in exchange, even if it's not directly from her, like flirting, attention, and of course her secret identity. And for many times, Cat Noir got jealous of Ladybug every time she chooses another male figure to be an owner, messing up his focus in battle. Want an example of that? Back in the episode Desperada, we see Adrien use the snake Miraculous that was given to him by Ladybug, and he failed to protect her every time because he was messing around with her, delivering her flowers, gifts, flirting, what made him go back in time every time he was caught by Desperada. And to make things worse, in one of the times he needed to use the second chance was because he confessed her that he was Adrien, leaving Ladybug shocked, not realizing that the akumatized was aiming at her. So yes, Cat Noir / Adrien is really weak emotionally speaking. So much that I doubted, but really doubted that he would handle knowing from Ladybug's Kwagatama that contains all of her memories, that his father Gabriel Agreste was the sole responsible for all evil in Paris. Dude, he wouldn't handle it. He would freak out and become Cat Blank once again, if not worse. But now I want to hear from you guys. How do you think Cat Noir would behave as the new Miraculous Guardian? And how would he react when he finds out that Alia was chosen by Ladybug and not him? Tell me in the comments. And that's it. Thank you a lot for watching this video till here, and hasta la vista.